Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Filecoin. Also, I will touch on Bitcoin as well as gold. And of course, I'm going to do some update about the coronavirus. And before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming token swap and token stacking. And also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and Patreon as well. For Patreon, I post a video about essential vitamins for preventing coronavirus. And these vitamins, I never talk about that in my YouTube channel, because if I talk about in my YouTube channel, I may potentially got banned because they will say that this is a regulated goods. I may get in trouble. So there's nothing I can do. So that's why I need to post it in a private group. If you're a Patreon member, you can check it out. And of course, you can follow me on library.tv. So library.tv is basically a decentralized YouTube. And of course, you can earn a library token just by joining library.tv as well as watching videos. If you're interested, you can click the link below. And of course, if you follow my channel, you probably see this like Facebook, Amazon, Google own YouTube anyway. They get together with World Health Organization at Facebook headquarters to figure out how to stop coronavirus misinformation. So I don't know. So World Health Organization is not a very reputable organization at this time, right? I talk about there's a potential conflict of interest of the secretary right now. I think that guy's from Ethiopia. They have they support China. So they probably I think probably the country get a lot of money from China. I'm just guessing. And right now, basically, it's a pandemic. They still don't want to announce it as a pandemic because they want to protect, I guess, China or protect the financial market. I think it's more political organization rather than safeguard public safety or world safety. And they care about social media, okay, rather than focus on public health, fighting the virus, fighting the whatever. I don't know. They should. World Health Organization isn't it supposed to be focused on health? Right now, they also focus on how to monitor the social media. This is way too much, right? This is I think maybe because of China influence. China like to do that. The CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, they like to promote a whole bunch of propaganda in social media that want you to believe certain things, right? So if you follow my channel for quite some time, you probably know about this. You probably ahead of the herds. You're probably ahead of the game of the sheep or herds. You probably know about this coronavirus probably back probably 4 weeks ago. You're already well prepared, but right now I think people start panicking. Unfortunately, this is going to happen in North America, in Europe. So unfortunately, so let's talk about Bitcoin quickly. So Bitcoin, I talked about that in my previous video. I talked about that with potential dump because of the long and short position, and you shouldn't be surprised. This dump because at the time when everybody thinking we are going to 10,000, everybody saying this is the last train to the moon. Bitcoin is going to go to 20K or whatever. They are so hyped up. If all the YouTubers talking about that, you probably want to go to an opposite direction, right? Don't follow the crowd. And in terms of gold, because they increase the 10% margin requirements. That's why there's a crash of gold. And people are talking about, hey, how come? Because people on the flight for safety, so that's why gold's supposed to be going up. But then, they increase the margin call, so that's why there's a dump for gold. And I don't know if you still remember back in 2013, and silver price was at all-time high, around $40 some or something like that. At the time, and then after that it crashed. The reason why it crashed is they increased the margin requirement for the silver market. So so this is how the Wall Street manipulate the game. This is how they play the game. I don't know how much they can manipulate, but let's talk about Filecoin quickly. So Gemini is going to support Filecoin. So maybe there's a potential pump for Filecoin, but you cannot get Filecoin right now. They have an ICO back in 2017. You can get into a Filecoin future though. But the thing is, I'm skeptical on all this exchange. So I'm not going to play this. If you want to burn your money, fine. But I'm not doing that. So this is a future market. So I'm skeptical on all these things. But so this will be upcoming. So they're going to launch the mainnet probably tentatively on third quarter. So Filecoin is basically a decentralized cloud storage network, just like decentralized Amazon Web Services or decentralized Google Cloud, decentralized the Oracle bare metal. So this is a decentralized services. It is the process is pretty simple. Basically, users will use the Filecoin network to pay the miners to store their files across the network, and miners in turn they're going to reward with Filecoin, and then storing the data on the server. And this is a decentralized model, reduce storage costs, and basically is an alternative to existing centralized cloud storage. I'm not sure if you still remember there's a DDoS attack for Ether Delta, and for days people cannot get to Ether Delta. And because the Amazon because they are on the centralized server, Amazon Web Services, I think that is back in 2017. I guess if you are new to the crypto, you probably don't know about this incident. There's a DDoS attack on the Ether Delta. And I think some people lose their token. The Ether Delta is a decentralized exchange, with Ethereum pair, right? So IPFS basically this is a protocol developed by the Protocol Lab, and of course they also developed the Filecoin network as well. And instead of the data stored in a single server, they will hold a portion of the data spread across the network. So they have different servers store a portion of the data, which is pretty cool because there's no single point of failure, right? Just like if you store everything on one server, although they said they're going to replicate on another server, but still this is Amazon Web Services is pretty centralized. If Amazon can refuse services to certain company if they find that they disagree with the philosophy or whatnot, so it's not censorship resistant. Basically, the company can deny the cloud services to a certain company, so I don't think it's a good idea. And of course, the miners, of course, they will get paid when they provide the storage network. And the consensus model, of course, is proof of replication. So user will copy the file and store independently using encryption, using the encrypted key. And of course, that can publicly verify on the blockchain. And of course, if miners will get reward if they store the file successfully, but they will get punished if they fail to store the file or initiate the contract. And on-chain, they're going to do the matching. For example, the user send out the information, how much file and the amount of file they're going to store and the duration they're going to store on the server, and they're going to bid a price. And of course, the miners are going to ask for a certain price for the duration, the amount of files stored on the server. So they're going to do those user and the miners matching on chain. And once they find the user and the miners, they're going to, of course, do a record agreement. So basically, it's a contract, just like a smart contract. Just like a smart contract, just like Ethereum. And of course, the client or the user is going to send the file to the miners for storage. And of course, the miners is going to earn Filecoin and all that. So on-chain is basically for storage market. Off-chain is for the retrieval market. When the service is done, then of course you can retrieve the file out of the network. So this is how it works. So this is a pretty cool idea, because this is decentralized the cloud computing services, decentralized the internet, and I like the idea, but I don't know if there's a lot of mainstream adoption at this time. We'll see. And I like portion of the data, only a portion of data stored in different servers instead of everything stored in one server. That is pretty cool. And of course, the Genesis block, the mainnet launch is going to on the third quarter. So we'll see. And I like the idea of censorship resistant, decentralize the whole internet. So this is the summary of the Filecoin. So we'll see. And Gemini is going to support the custody of Filecoin, which is a good thing. I suspect there will be a pump for the Filecoin. And And just like Tezos, they're going to pump, but then of course they're going to dump. And I'm not sure. Maybe the founder. I don't know. I think they have a lockout period. They have to lock their tokens for a certain period of time before they can sell. But initially, probably that maybe some investor is going to dump the coin. Usually just like Tezos at the very beginning, they pump and dump, right? But I could be wrong as well. Who knows? So this is the scope of us. Let's do the update about the coronavirus quickly. And at this time, I don't trust this number anymore. They're saying that right now the number of cases has been leveled off. I disagree. The reason why they want to artificially put the number so low is because they want the workers to go back to the factory, to go back to work. The CCP only cares about money, cares about the GDP. They don't care about the well-being of their citizens. So, and also another thing is if they don't go back to work, they probably ran out of money, and eventually affecting the authority of the Chinese government. So people, if they're running out of money, the people, and then they're running out of food and basic necessity, they probably question the Chinese government. They probably will overthrow the CCP. This is the biggest nightmare of the CCP. So that's why they have to go back to work. So that's why they tell the public the number is so low. So, and I'm not surprised that after they go back to work, there will be another even more serious outbreak in different parts of the community. And so right now we'll see how it goes, but the epidemics is not even under control in China. They basically, it's pretty scary. What I heard is you have on-site cremation. They have a whole bunch of a cremation container. If a person die, or if a person die in a factory, they will cremate the person on site right away, instead of sending them to a funeral home and all that fiasco. No, they don't cremate the person on site. I don't know if you remember, I tweet about those pictures about cremation container. They probably put a whole bunch of human there and cremate them on site. This is very, very brutal. And of course, Chinese Communist Party is very brutal authoritarian regime. Nothing new. And I hope people in mainland China, they start to realize this, but unfortunately, some people still not realize it. I mean, this is serious. I mean, and in terms of the another thing I want to mention about coronavirus is this. So this is nothing new. I mean, they have been talking about that for probably at least 2 weeks, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it. So they talk about the coronavirus far more likely than SARS to bond to human cells because of the HIV-like mutation. So this is basically from the Nanking University. And they're talking about some mutation of the genes that find in HIV and E. coli in the coronavirus. That means it's 1,000 more times more easily than SARS to bind to human cells. That's why it's so contagious. And people have been speculating that because of the manual insertion of HIV and E. coli virus into the coronavirus. They talk about because of the biohazard safety lab, because this virus leaking out from there. And we cannot confirm right now because there's a whole bunch of censorship, and so we cannot even confirm it. But I'm highly suspect that they have some type of biological weapons in China. But I can't say anything further because YouTube may say that I have misinformation. They may ban me again, so I can't say anything further. Maybe I will talk about that in detail in Patreon. I will talk about in detail how this happened. So I can't say anything further. So, yep. So just be very careful, and people still compare coronavirus with flu. It's pretty, I mean, if you look at the study, if you look at all this epidemiologist study in terms of how they bind to the human cells, how they infect the people, you shouldn't compare this with regular flu. And this is just the Chinese Communist Party propaganda. They want you to believe in that, so don't fall to that, okay? And then the CCP propaganda is another one, is show you a whole bunch of people eating eating wild animals and all that. Okay, I think this is what the CCP want you to do, to focus. So so don't focus on that. Maybe look in a different directions. How about the biological weapons? How about this is a man-made virus or something like that? So start looking at that direction. I think that is more makes sense. And in terms of the how long they're going to stay on surface, so they can stay on the doorknob, stay on the elevator. Those virus, if a coronavirus, people coughing in the elevator, maybe coughing on the elevator buttons, and those things can stay up to 9 days on the surface of the elevator. And this is depending on the humidity and temperature as well. And for plastic, they can stay up to 9 days. For stainless steel, up to 9 days. For glass, paper, aluminum surface or wood surface, 4 to 5 days. And this is based on a German study. And surfaces who is not permeable probably can stay longer. For example, in your clothing, it's more permeable, it will stay less time. So make sure you use your hand sensitizer or disinfecting your hand frequently after you're touching surfaces. Don't put your hands in your eyes, nose, and mouth. Those are the point of entry of the virus to your respiratory system. And another thing I want to point out is those tests is not very accurate. Accuracy is very low. It's like 30 to 50% accuracy in terms of those nasal swab or throat swab tests. The reason why is because this virus is hiding deep down inside the patient's lung. So if you're testing the nose, the throat, those are more upper respiratory. So that means you cannot find the virus. So they're hiding inside the patient's lung and then dormant. When the patient probably has a weakened immune system, those things will come out. I think this is more like HIV virus, right? So you can never get rid of it. And once the virus is in the body, it's inside the body forever. And what I heard, some cases in China, they recover from coronavirus, they can reinfect it again. So the immune system, in terms of immunity, the memory is pretty short for some reason. Or the virus is already mutated, so that's why the antibody is no longer working for a mutated virus. But I can't say anything further anymore because this is just speculation. Maybe I will got banned again because of the misinformation. Don't forget, all these people get together, to decide what the mainstream people or the herds want to see. So this is very dangerous, It's very dangerous. So let me know what you think about Filecoin. Do you think this is a good potential, or this is just a pump and dump scheme again? But if Gemini listing it, I think it's pretty cool. Gemini is a pretty cool exchange. Anyway, so another thing I want to let me know what you think about Bitcoin. Let me know what you think about the price of gold. Do you think they can continue to manipulate? And also let me know what you think about Google, Facebook, Amazon get together with WHO, with the World Health Organization at Facebook headquarters. I would love to hear from you. So please comment below. That will help my ranking on YouTube, and I will continue to provide quality video for you guys. If you find this video helpful, smash the like, also subscribe, and of course, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, Patreon as well. And for my Patreon group member, I'm going to post a video about a mask. That mask is more powerful than N95 actually. So I will post that as well. I will tell you like what type of mask I'm talking about. It's even more powerful than N95. But anyway, so make sure you subscribe and hit the like, and then join. Follow me on Twitter. If you're interested, join Patreon group, and also join the library.tv. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency, commodity, and the stock market can has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence. I'm not your healthcare provider. If you have any questions or concerns about coronavirus, please contact your physicians. and this is just for entertainment and informational purposes.